Hey, let me tell you people, a lot of people are straying from the word of God for reasons. They have their own reasons why they're straying. They have their own reasons why they don't want to serve God. And it's the reason why, because the devil's in God's house. The devil has decided that God's house is his house. And what's going on in God's house isn't saving people. See, now in God's house, the pastor's under attack. The members are under attack. The whole membership is under attack. And if not careful, they will destroy a whole membership. They do not mean for you to serve God. They telling you that you can do your own thing. Well, if you can do your own thing, why don't they tell you this? Tell them you don't want to have sex with nobody. Tell them everything in accordance with the word of God, and that's what you want to do, and that's your own will, and that's what you want to do, and see the response of them. See, nobody knows what I endured when I sat up there and said, look, I'm not having sex anymore, and every day being raped, every day going through. See, it would have been okay had I had a boyfriend, because the boyfriend is the cover-up for the rape. But the fact that I chose not to date, the fact that I chose not to have a relationship, the fact that I chose sexual liberation, which is not to have sex at all, it was something taken different. See, they set up there and they convinced you into hoism, because hoism, they set up there and say, oh, this is sexual liberation for women. This is sexual liberation for men. You can date, you can do this, you can do that. And to be totally honest, this is not the season for it. Apostle Paul said it's better to be alone. I sat up there and I told this to a person the other day, and he said, what man hurt you? What person did this to you? What's going on with you? Why would you choose not to date? Why would you choose not to be in a relationship? Why would you choose not to sit up here? God said it's better for man not to be alone. And I'm sitting up here and I'm telling you, as time changed, see, a lot of times they start out at that first beginning of the Bible, and it says, okay, fruits and vegetables. It says this and it says that. And then they didn't get to the end of the Bible where it says, look, we went into transition. We went into turmoil. We didn't even have food to eat. We going through fields picking and plucking stuff out of fields just to eat. We never knew what we were going to eat from day to day. So therefore, we could not stick to a diet, because the way our lifestyles was, it did not allow for it. Then you sitting up here, Apostle Paul says it's better to be alone. But if you can't be alone and your hormones is just jumping and it's out of control, then go ahead and get married. We can cover marriage. We can sanctify marriage. But we cannot sanctify you running all over the place doing whatever you want to do. When you sit up here and you see these people crave control. They want you in their houses. They want you in their apartments. They want you in their homes. They want you living side by side with them, like as if they're fellowshipping with God and they're righteous people, and they are not. They want to sit up there and they want to destroy the people of God. They don't want the people of God to sit up there and prosper. They don't want the people of God to have. They don't want the people of God to sit up there and do what God has called for them to do. Period. So when you're trying to serve God and you're going through all this turmoil, and you're like, Lord, I don't know why I'm going through all this turmoil. All I'm trying to do is serve you. The devil's so busy. Every 5 minutes he's trying to fight me on some craziness. He's trying to do some craziness to me. What am I supposed to do? And to be totally honest with you, all you do is just stand. Because truth be told, when you're doing your own thing, if your own thing lines up with God, they're going to try to possess you and use you as a demonic possession. When you're in the church and you serving God, they're going to try to use you as a demonic possession. They cannot stand righteousness at all. So if you really want to go into warfare with them, go into warfare with them with righteousness. Go into warfare and tell them they can't have you. And then see the difference in their responses. See the difference in their attitude. Because their attitude's going to change towards you. They're not going to want you to have nothing. Well, if they don't have nothing, then they can't do nothing. They're going to try to take your children from you. They're going to try to take your family from you. You can't prosper around them because they're stealing everything. Stealing checks out your mailbox. Stealing stuff out your home. Stealing everything. You sit up there, you go register as a vendor. They'll steal the check. The people say, oh, we're going to send you a check so you can start the business. Guess what? When the people sending out the checks because they've had grants, they done sent you out the check. They done stole the check out the mailbox. But you're going through all this, and then when you go back up there, they say, oh, nothing happened. Guess what? I'm seeing that in everyday life, where these people got a control system or device where basically they can erase your memory and you can't even remember that you were in warfare. So now you're suffering with memory issues. You're going into dementia. You're going into memory issues. You're going into all these different things, and you're going into all of these different things because you're under attack with a person that just don't understand. No, they are tyrants. They are tyrants. They believe in tyranny, pain, obsession. Their obsession with you is to keep you in turmoil, to keep you without, to keep your blessings from actually prospering. Listen to me. When I sat up here and God sat up there and delivered me, He said, I don't want you even dating men in the church. I never knew why I would be given this order as I'm reading the Word of God. But guess what? It didn't come back void. Because guess what? When I start to wake up to there's men in church, they call themselves lions. They in a pack where they sitting up there, they sleeping with multiple women. And guess what? Some of the men are naive to it, and they just, oh, okay, we're lions, or whatever, and just go along with it and stuff like that. But what they're not telling you is a pride of them men that believe in sleeping with your wife. You're going to look at it and you're going to say to yourself, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't know that these men believe in sleeping with another man's wife. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm a man of God. And see, this is the reason why we have to get away from some of this animalistic madness that they're saying. Oh, we're cats. We're lions. We're tigers. We're bears. We're dogs. We're wolves. We're the wolves of the night nation. We're the shimmer. I don't know what all these people be saying, but they every 5 minutes is a new. We're the cheetahs, and I'm just bringing these names up. I don't know what all these people perceptions or their ways are, but they're trying to align your behavior up with an animal when you have dominion over them. And what's happening is this. They're lining you up with that because they're telling you what they're doing. So guess what? A pack of lions all of them sleep with the same women, want a multitude of women, a bunch of women. So where does that belong in the church? Where does that belong in the church? Because according to the Word of God, that's not supposed to have place in the house of God. But nobody's telling you this because guess what? We already said it flamboyantly. So now they're raising the younger generation up, and the younger generations now have not learned to despise some of the things that are going on. Think about it. A dog personality the same way. Put a dog in the yard with a whole bunch of females. Male dog. Put him in a whole bunch of female dogs. Watch to see what he do. He gonna run from female dog to female dog, just showing his royal oats. He ain't gonna care. We're not that. We have to care. We have to set the example. We have to be the difference. Guess what? And it's not easy being different. It's not easy walking in and knowing, look, don't nobody like me. Why don't they like you? Because I'm not living the way they live. It's not easy going up against the grain. It's not easy saying, okay, well, look, the world isn't flat, it's round. It's not easy to say these things. Because guess what? When you say it, and you ain't going to fall off of it. It's not easy to say it because guess what? a lot of times it's never been said. It's never been said. It's never been told. Half of these stories aren't told. Half of these stories we don't even have evidence of. So we have to be careful because we got so much going on with just humans that are supposed to have dominion. Supposed to have power. And when I say dominion, I'm not talking about the ones that do minimum. I'm talking about the ones that actually walk in authority. You have to be careful. These days and times, we're being told now, okay, well look, you can't even enter into the church. Why? Because the church is under attack. But the Word of God says, don't forget some of your stuff. Look, we're telling you that the churches aren't safe. We're telling you that the schools aren't, everywhere you go, we're telling you that the shopping centers aren't safe. Every 5 minutes you're hearing them shoot up, shot up. What went on? Other people doing wrong and you're oblivious to it. That's what went on. Other people doing wrong and we have become oblivious to it. And God forbid if you say that you're going to teach somebody to defend themselves. Oh my God. Don't let them learn how to fight. Don't let them learn how to fight their own battles. We'll fight your battles for you. Because we the ones who's doing the dirt. So when we want it to stop, it'll stop. But when we want it to continue on, it's going to continue on. Listen here. I didn't choose a king. I chose a God. I chose the Word of God. I didn't choose a king. I didn't choose a ruler over me. I didn't choose nobody to take my children from me. I didn't choose that mess. I maybe was born into it. But I didn't choose that life for myself. However it goes, yes, I swore to a constitution that sits up there and says that you have the right to freedom of speech, the right to bear arms and everything. But yet and still here in America, half of our people can't even afford to bear arms. So for me, personally, I feel like people in Iraq can get firearms quicker than I can. And I'm the one who needs it. Especially in these days and times, because I never know when it's going to hit the fan. But however it may go, this is my testimony. By my stripes may you be healed. But know this, churches aren't safe. There's a lot of stuff that is not safe. We're just trying to do the best that we can to get through these dark hours. Do what you have to do. Serve God. Sit up there and choose to do the right thing. Whatever you send out into the nation will come back to you. Choose kind words when you're dealing with people. Those kind words can scrape wrath any day. But you keep sitting up there choosing negative words, being a nasty, negative person, and when hell break open on you, you think somebody going to sympathize with you, and they're not. So you better choose your words wisely when dealing with people. May these words bless you and encourage you. Take care.